Thank you, sir. Say, you haven't told me your name yet.
Well, that's because I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC. And we're doing a story on poets to try and snatch the hearts and souls of people around the world. We have hidden cameras everywhere. We got one right over there. You see that one, and over there as well. Which reminds me, I seem to have gotten off track here, and it looks like as if my heart and soul were almost taken by you.
Then I apologize, sir.
Don't worry, let's just get back to the chat logs. You bragged about your achievements, did you not?
I would never do any such thing.
You can't lie to me, Matthew. I've got the transcripts right here. The decoy asked you, "So, are you an accomplished poet?" You said, "Ha ha, of course, LOL. I won many school prizes for English poetry, essay writing, and Latin poetry while at rugby. In 1841, I won an open scholarship to Balliol College, Oxford. My poem, Cromwell, won the Newdigate Prize, and I was elected Fellow of Oriel College in 1845. Later, I was elected Professor of Poetry at Oxford. I guess you could say I am quite accomplished, LOL.
So, maybe I would brag about my accomplishments.
You can't fight the transcripts. I must tell you now that you are free to go, but before you depart, I would ask that you share one poem with the television audience, and explain its meaning if you could, after which you will most certainly be arrested.
Sure, one poem. Here's the last word, which I first published in 1867. Creep into thy narrow bed. Creep, and let no more be said. Vain thy onset, all stands fast. Thou thyself must break at last. Let the long contention cease. Geese are swans, and swans are geese. Let them have it how they will. Thou art tired, best be still. They out-talked thee, hissed thee, tore thee. Better men fared thus before thee. Fired their ringing shot and passed, hotly charged and sank at last. Charge once more then, and be done. Let the victors, when they come, when the forts of folly fall, find thy body by the wall. Now, many critics believe this poem is about fighting back, which is simply not the case. What this poem is truly about is giving in to death when it comes and accepting it instead of trying to delay the inevitable. Now, if you look at the first stanza, what is meant here is move slowly into your bed, and move slowly. Don't make a noise. Your attack is fruitless. Everything is set. You yourself must die at last.
That seems rather grim, doesn't it?
Well, as your American hero Benjamin Franklin said, there are but two things certain in life, death and taxes.
I suppose. Continue, please.
As we move to the second stanza with line 5, let the long fighting stop. Everything you know is changing. Geese are swans, change, everything changes. Let the change be as it wishes. You are tired or old, be still. Die. On to stanza 3, beginning with line 9. They or everyone have defeated you in the various aspects of life. Those better men have died before you, lived their lives and then died, hotly charged, which here represents living a life, fighting, and then dying. Finally, in stanza 4, fate seems to be allowing the individual in question one last hurrah. Line 13. Live once more, live one last hurrah, then be done. But let death win when it comes, and when you finally give up against death, death will find you.
So what you have there is fate speaking to an individual who does not wish to die, basically telling him to stop fighting the inevitable death. But then fate gives that individual a chance to live life one last time before that individual succumbs to death.
Precisely, and I'd like to note some specific imagery in the poem. Not how in line 15 I use folly to describe the folly of not accepting inevitable death. Also, I describe death in a number of different ways, such as break at last, be still, sank at last, and finally, find thy body by the wall.
Truly insightful, Mr. Arnold. The Last Word, a poem with fate as its speaker, speaking about the inevitability of death and one individual's fight against the inevitable. Mr. Arnold, at this time I must ask you to leave, and good luck.
Yes, goodbye, Chris Hansen.
What came next for Matthew Arnold was not unexpected.
He was arrested immediately after leaving our sting house and was transported to local police headquarters. There, Arnold was booked, interrogated, and sent to prison, where he found his own body by the wall. For all of us here at Dateline NBC, I hope you enjoyed tonight's presentation of Dateline, To Catch Your Poet. For all of us here at NBC News, I'm Chris Hansen. Good night.